Hi boys and girls, welcome to the Giggle Room. We're gonna do the Shimmering Emerald Kinetic Sand today. It's very fun, squeezable sand that you can't put down and it never dries out. So it's really good for you boys and girls who tend to forget to put their containers back on their Play-Doh and things. So we've already opened the box. And as you can see on the back, they have different things like a seahorse and a turtle and all different things that you can make. So let's open this up just so we can take a look at how pretty it is. So it looks very sparkly, and that's the whole point of this glitter kinetic sand, is that it's sparkly. So it is very emeraldy and very pretty, and as you see, it goes from a solid into a very fine sand, and it's all because of the heat. The heat makes it melt, and normal sand falls really fast, but this stuff sort of drops, and when it's finished it looks like it's really soft, almost like it's fuzzy, but it's not. It's very grainy, and see, it just falls down, and it's very sparkly. I like the fact that how shiny it is. I like stuff that's sparkly and shiny, and when you put pressure to it, just like this, you're able to mold and do other things with it because it keeps the form. So the more pressure that you put on it, the harder it becomes. And you can actually make it into a ball. I like to do that and just kind of throw it back and forth. And you can tell the difference that it's a darker green when it's softer than it is when it's kind of in a ball and tight. So it makes a different color. It's a little bit darker. So it's really pretty. And I thought maybe today we would try to make a cupcake and do a few different shapes. There's not a whole lot you can do with it, but it is definitely a lot of fun to play with. I could sit here for hours and just play with it. So let's get a little bit more on the table. We'll do a few things here. We'll let it kind of melt out of our hands. And then I've got a little cupcake container here. I thought maybe it would be fun to try to fill this up and make some kinetic cupcakes. That rhymes. So it's the same as Play-Doh. You just sort of push it in until it won't go in anymore. The kinetic sand will let you know when it's gonna be stuck. And we'll put a little extra on top just for the cupcake part because we want it to look pretty in there. And then we're gonna do a squish job and wipe any of the excess sand off. And you take your time. You don't want it to be rushed, so you do it very slowly. And then what you do is you put your thumb on the hole so no more comes down, and you squeeze. And as you can see, we have a really cute kinetic cupcake. And you just dust off the excess sand, and then what you can do is if you wanted, you could kind of let it slip out of your fingers and see if some of it catches, and you could make like sugar sprinkles on top, just like that. And that way you could decorate your cupcakes. Kind of pretty. Then we're going to put this guy off to the side, and we'll do another one up quickly, and then what we're going to do is try to make a candy for the top of it. And that way we can start designing our own little cupcakes for a tea party or whatever you'd like to do. And again, it's kinetic, so you can do whatever you want. It's all up to your imagination. The sky is the limit. So let's do that, and as you can see, again, we've got a perfect little cupcake there. So now what we can do is try to make a nice tight little ball, just like this. And we're going to mush it onto the paper here and make it nice and flat. Not too thick, or not too thin, I'm sorry. We have to make it a little bit thick so it keeps the shape. And then I'm going to take my trusty tool and I'm going to cut a heart out. And that way, we can have a little heart for the top of our cupcake. And that'll act like the little candy. So here you can see, I've got a little heart made out of kinetic sand on top of my cupcake, and it's very cute. So that's a lot of fun. We can also make different shapes. You could make a dinosaur if we do it like this, or we could do a snake. As long as it's straight, and it has to be thick, because if it's not thick, it's not going to keep the shape. So you do it like this, and then just make him stay just like this. And then we'll make his head, and he's got a nice fat body, so we'll turn him into a lizard, because he looks more like a lizard than a snake. And then you can take a little bit more kinetic sand and put it off to the side like this. And that'll be one of his feet. And then we can take a little bit more and do it over on this side, because you got to give him two. And we'll do another one here, and we'll put him back so you guys can see him. And we'll do another leg right here. And it kind of looks like he's got grass around. And we can also go really small and make a tiny little ball and roll it up and give him an eye. And just mold it just like this. And we'll give him another eye on the other side, just like that. And there we have a happy lizard. And you can also make a little dent and give him a face, just like that. And we can also use your kinetic knife, since that's what we're using, and make different shapes, just like this. So I can't really pick him up to show you because he'll break. But you get the idea. You can do this, and then you take some more of your green kinetic sand and do the same thing as we did before and sort of get it loosened up so that it falls. And now we can do it all over here, so he's got a nice swamp that he can live in, because alligators and lizards and all those reptiles love the swamp. That's where they live. They need the water and the grass. So there we go, boys and girls. I hope you had fun today with our alligator and our beautiful cupcakes. And hopefully you'll come back and see us again, because we really enjoy having you at the Giggle Room. Thanks for joining us, boys and girls, and we'll see you later. Bye.